What if trusting the wrong person could cost you everything? Imagine meeting someone online who seems like your perfect match, charming, kind, and understanding. But what if it was all a trap? What if, instead of love, you walked straight into danger? This is the chilling reality for many, and today we bring you the story of Jide, a young man whose search for connection led him into the hands of ruthless predators. Tell us in the comments where you're watching from. Have you or someone you know ever experienced something like this? Jide, a 26-year-old software engineer, sat in his small apartment, scrolling through his phone. Lagos was always alive with people, yet he had never felt more alone. He had known since his teenage years that he was different, but in a country where being himself could cost him his job, his friends, and even his life, he kept his truth hidden. That evening, Jide received a message on a dating app. The profile was new, the picture captivating, a man named Tobi. Their conversation was easy, natural. Tobi was direct but respectful. He suggested they meet. Jide hesitated. He had heard the stories, the setups, the extortion, the violence. But loneliness makes people take risks. Against his better judgment, he agreed. Let's meet at a bar first, Jide suggested, playing it safe. Sure, Friday night at Zaza Lounge, Tobi replied, adding a winking emoji. For the first time in a while, Jide felt a flicker of hope. What he didn't know was that this decision would change his life forever. 2 days before the meetup, Jide's best friend, Amaka, called him. She was outspoken, protective, and deeply aware of the dangers lurking in Lagos for people like Jide. Are you sure about this guy? She asked over lunch. Jide laughed. Tobi seems different. We're just meeting for drinks. Just be careful. Keto stories are everywhere, she warned, her voice serious. Jide nodded, but inside, excitement bubbled. He longed for connection, for someone who understood his hidden world. He dreamed of a life where he didn't have to hide. But dreams can be dangerous. Friday night came, and Jide dressed in his best shirt, his nerves battling his excitement. When he arrived at Zaza Lounge, his eyes scanned the crowd. Then he saw him, Tobi. Even more handsome in person, standing by the bar with an easy confidence. Their conversation flowed effortlessly. Tobi was funny, charming, and genuinely seemed interested. For the first time in a long while, Jide felt seen. After a couple of drinks, Tobi leaned in. Why don't we go somewhere quieter? My friend has a place nearby. Jide hesitated. A wave of unease washed over him. But then Tobi smiled, that warm, inviting smile. Against his instincts, he agreed. They left the lounge, walking through the crowded streets until they reached an old apartment building. Jide's heart pounded as they stepped inside. Something felt off. The air was thick with something unspoken. But maybe, just maybe, it was paranoia. Maybe this was his chance at something real. The moment the door shut behind him, Jide knew he was wrong. 3 men emerged from the shadows. Tobi's charming smile vanished, replaced by a cold, calculated smirk. Look what we have here, one of them sneered, pulling out a phone. We know who you are, Jide, and we know what you've been up to. Jide's blood ran cold. Please, don't do this, the men laughed. Tobi stepped forward. It's simple. Pay us a lot of money, or we ruin your life. Jide's mind spun. His family, his job, everything would be destroyed. Fear gripped him, but deep inside, something else stirred. Anger. Betrayal. How had he been so foolish? Just as the situation seemed hopeless, a loud knock echoed through the apartment. The men froze. Bang! Bang! Who is that? One of them barked. Jide's heart leaped. A second knock, more insistent. One of the men moved to open the door. There stood Amaka. Her face was a mask of quiet fury. I think you made a mistake, she said coldly. This ends now. She had followed them from the bar, sensing something was wrong, and just in time. The men hesitated. They weren't expecting an outsider. The momentary distraction was all Jide needed. With a surge of adrenaline, he pushed past them, bolting toward the door. Amaka grabbed his hand, and together they ran. Out into the streets, into the crowd, into safety. Jide learned a hard lesson that night, one he would never forget. The scars, both physical and emotional, would take time to heal, but he was alive, and that was enough. Loneliness is dangerous, but so is misplaced trust. Have you or someone you know ever been in a situation like this? Tell us in the comments. And if you found this story eye-opening, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Stay safe, stay aware. Thanks so much for staying tuned. Kindly like, share, and comment on what you liked about the story. For all my returning subscribers, I love you, and to all my new subscribers, you're the best. And until next time, bye.